Hello and welcome to Season 10, Episode 26 of The Purple Rain, brought to you by our great sponsors, Sonam Capital, DR Travels, and Bloom Real Estate. Oz, how you going, my friend?
Yeah, mate, got the migraine from hell, but I'm here because the team needs discussion.
The team does need discussion. The game needs discussion.
The game needs discussion, and it's a segue duck into the man, the myth, the legend, Nathaniel Fyfe, duck. And we just had a quick chat about it before. I didn't hear about this news that you're about to tell us about until I was walking out of the office. So I've had zero time to prep, but you, being the good man that you are, have a lot of information, and I'll probably pipe up with a few things of my own. But it's just fitting that we start the pod with this because he is a legend of the club. So over to you, my man.
Well, Oz, obviously, I think it's something that I'll give you some stats and some information around how great he has been, and then I know you'll give the vibes because you're a big vibes man. But let's get into Nathaniel Fyfe. Obviously, announcing today that this will be his last season. Hopefully, touchwood, Friday night this weekend isn't his last game at Optus Stadium. Hopefully we can bank in a home final and be able to send him off with a flag. That would probably be the greatest thing. But let's just have a look at him. So from obviously getting drafted 2009 National Draft, pick 20, skinny half-forward flanker from Lake Grace, Claremont, and out of Aquinas College. Let's just have a look at this run of Doig medals and Brownlow votes I really want to talk about. So 2011, finishes second. 2013 first in the Doig, 2014 first in the Doig, 2015 fourth in the Doig, 2017 third, 2018 third, 2019 first, and 2020 second. Within that as well, in the 2014 season, he finishes second in the Brownlow and is suspended for the first time for the random bump rule, which anyone had been suspended for. I think if you recall as well, he also did get suspended later on in the season for whacking one of the Hawthorn guys. But lost to Matt Prittis by a vote, which conspiracy theory.
Yep.
Obviously bounces back, wins the Brownlow in 2015, and also wins the Brownlow in 2019 with 31 and 33 votes respectively. Now, Oz, this is just something I had a look at. So I had a look at his from 2011 through to 2019. From the start of his career until 2019. He played 173 games of footy and got 174 Brownlow votes. Unbelievable. But how about this one, Oz? This is another thing I looked up. So from his 21st game, he got best on, to his 170th game was the last best on he got in that 2019 Brownlow season. He played 149 games and got 41 best on grounds, 3 votes. That's not 2 votes, no, that's one. That's 3 votes. So 27% of the games he played from his 21st game to his 170th game, he was going to be the best on the ground. So that is 1 over 1 in 4 games, Oz.
Yep.
So better than 1 in 4 games he's getting best on. That is just out of this world good.
Yep. Unbelievable, mate. And not surprising. I still remember the first time he comes out, plays for Freo, and I remember sitting with my brother thinking, I'm interested in this young Fyfe guy. And he took a couple of absolute hangers at such a young age, such a great pair of hands early on. And in the team that he was in at the time, and I thought, we're onto something here. We've actually got a bit of a steal, and he hasn't disappointed since that time. And I think, early on, you could tell that he was always going to be someone who flew at packs, someone who was going to throw himself about. Once he started getting a little meat on those bones, mate, he became an absolute beast, and then probably changed from he's still an aerialist, but probably changed a little his game from being more of an aerialist to more of a contested beast.
Yeah, and I think realistically, you've got to look at that 2011 to 2019 run, and you could even chuck 2020 in there. He's gone 13 Brownlow votes, 14 Brownlow votes, 18 Brownlow votes, 25, 31, 4 in 2016 because he's come back from broken leg. And he also did break his leg, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so double leg break. 15, 16, 33, 10. Yep. Like out of this world.
Come on.
In terms of his ability to impact on the contest. Obviously, captain from 2017 to 2022, AFL MVP twice, 2014 and 15, and All-Australian 14, 15 and 19 when he was captain of the All-Australian side. So just an absolute champion. Oz, we've had a few champions of the club retire over the last couple of years. Where does he now rank from the pantheon? He's just below Pavlich for me, but he's a clear second.
Yeah, he is. You know what makes this really interesting, Duck, is that even though he's announced his retirement, it's still not all over Red Rover. And the glass half full Oz is thinking this. If somehow Fremantle, and humour me, if Fremantle somehow get to another grand final, so he now plays in 2 grand finals, does that now put, irrespective of the result, does that solidify that top 2? I think it does. But if he wins a premiership and has what we are hoping he can do in terms of that sub, because what he did against Port Adelaide when he came on and was able to do some great things, if he has more of that impact, and whether he turns a game or whatever it is, let's say we get, I don't know, it's stupid talk, but let's say we get there and he has that run as the sub, because I'll probably think that's where he's at right now. Does that potentially, if he becomes the first player from that era to win a premiership, only player, sorry.
Apart from Lockie Neal, if you want to include him, but
But does that not now ask the question, is he potentially...
if he wins a flag, he goes above Pavlich for me. If you look at my metric that I created where you get points for fairest and best, all Australians wins, he ends up 3rd. He's about 20 points behind David Mundy. But, and he's, again, 60 points behind Pav, because Pav's just so far ahead of everyone else. He's a clear 3rd when it comes to the fairest and best points, so that longevity. And I think it doesn't help that he's broken his legs, broken his back, broken his shoulder. Seems to have a lot of, has gone through the wars because he's such a combative player. But I think there is a clear, for me, I look at it like a pyramid, like the Bill Simmons. I think Pavlich is on the top, and then it's Fyfe and Mundy next to each other. Maybe Fyfe because of the Brownlows and the fact that he was the best player in the competition. I really think for a 5-year stretch, he was the best player in the competition. He's got that little bit of a tilt. I think being over here didn't help him, obviously. But he's such a brilliant and combative player, and on his day was just like unbelievable to watch the way that he took the game on, and he was able to win the ball on the ground, in the air, contested, uncontested, could sneak forward and kick a goal, could take a big contested mark. And I think the thing that really got us up and about, and probably was the one thing that was the little bit of a downfall, and the thing that really upset us was that preseason match against Port Adelaide where he went forward, and I was like, he might win the Brownlow and the Coleman. I was so fired up. But the fact he wasn't able to go forward and do the things that we thought he could, because he was just like a guy that would, like, defenders would dead set panic when he was in the forward line. They'd be like, we got to go to Fyfe. You got to go to Fyfe. And it kind of, at the stage when we needed that key forward, or we needed someone to give us something, he just wasn't able to. And probably in the same vein as Mundy, where Mundy wasn't able to go forward, could play back a little bit, but we're kind of these guys. And I think obviously we look at Pav and we go, well, why can't you just play everywhere like Pav did? Why can't you play forward, back, mids, have a chop out in the ruck? So I think sometimes we get a little bit Pav, the Pav purple vision. So look, guys, I think, have you got anything else to add on the skinny half forward from Lake Grace?
Oh, mate, I just really enjoyed watching him play. It was one of the main reasons I love going to watch the footy. And he brought so much joy to many a fan in that respect. And we could really hang our hat on having a player of his ilk in the side on a regular basis early on. And it helped Fremantle get on the map in terms of being talked about as a serious contender because of how good he was. And in that star-studded midfield that we had, it was just the icing on the cake. And I still think we're just a little unlucky in that still not going to watch it, but that grand final where we just, we couldn't take our opportunities kicking wise. Then on every goddamn metric on the day, we should have won that game and we didn't. But, he, probably would like to maybe think about the early kick in the game that he had that I can remember. But apart from that, he played his two
early kicks.
And I think, I just look back on his career as being a freaking amazing and as one of the most combative beasts that I've ever seen play live, if not the most combative beast I've seen play live. And very blessed to have seen him play. And, hopefully he hangs around with footy once he decides I'm just going to step away and do what I need to do, and hope we don't lose him, because I think,
reckon we will not see Nat Fyfe around footy, unless he's doing some kind of media stuff.
Yeah,
he's got businesses coming out the wazoo, mate. He's got the Fyfe Logistics,
but just to lose
the trucking company, mate.
That intellectual property that he has in his noggin, we need that information downloaded.
Downloaded. Direct.
Yeah. Let's hope he has lots of voice. That's what I'm putting out there, mate.
Yeah. That would be good.
Oh, that'd be good.
Get him in. Get him in the Pony Club. All right, Oz. Shall we go to a quick break, or do you want to get straight into the game?
Let's go into the game.
Let's get into the game then. Well, the Fremantle Dockers, and of course, Good Bad the Dockery, of course, is brought to you by DR Travels. For your travel needs, make sure you get in contact with Daniel on 0474 064 629 or daniel.rees@globaltravelnetwork.com.au. And can I say this, Oz? Just maybe get that number on speed dial for this Friday night. Just get it on speed dial. Get it going. 3/4 time preliminary final style, like old Ducky was doing back in the day when we played the Swans and I bought my tickets at 3/4 time, my flights. But the Fremantle Dockers 13-14-92 defeated Port Adelaide 13-8-86 by 6 points. We are now 15-6 with the 80-point or over. We're 11 from 12. We're fourth on the ladder. We're 15-6. And Oz, let's get into some good. And Alex Pearce, my God, what a goal. What a mark. What a man. How good. Free Palestine. I'm all about him. Some kneecap stuff. Have we got any kneecap we should have put on? I feel like a lot of their songs has got a lot of swearing in it, but geez, how good by the skipper. And the amount of people, Oz, the amount of people that back in the day, oh, he's too nice. He's too chill. Maybe he's a little bit too woke.
Yeah.
Our Skip.
Is he a hippie?
Is he hippie? Yeah.
Is he
from
Paul?
Tasmania? Yep. Is he a bit loosey goosey?
Shout out, no Paul.
Hey, all that matters, mate, is that he stands up when the time is there, and the time was there on a Saturday night. And I tell you what, old Duck and Nels were getting a little bit aggro.
You reckon you
birthday celebrations were going a little bit downhill.
You were.
Things weren't going great.
Oh, mate.
I tell you what. Oh, mate. But how about this guy as well, Caleb Sarong? Oh. Geez, played well through the tag. The smother in the second quarter as well to kick the goal.
Elite.
What a stand. And the guy who did kick it into Pearce, still not sure if you're going for Pearce, if Pearce is on Rosie and you're going for Pearce, and I know the launch pad stuff, I know you can't kick it, but why would you kick it to the pack where everyone else is? I don't know, just kind of maybe avoid those guys. But anyway.
Can we backtrack for a little bit?
Yeah, of course, mate. Of course.
Caleb Sarong's mark in that instance isn't being talking about enough.
Big
I mean, I know Pearce marked and kicked a goal. Great. But that wouldn't have happened if Sarong didn't actually take a sick mark.
Yeah.
And then thank God that he was over the mark and then played on. I'm like, yeah. But they called it back. So fortunate. But still, if he hadn't taken the mark, we wouldn't have had the opportunity to send the ball forward to A. Pearce 3 votes, who, again, the big moose in the wilderness. Slot's a big one.
And Sarong took another big mark in that last quarter as well, out on the other wing, where he kind of reached over the top of a guy who was clearly bigger than him, just bang out, marked him, and I was like, oh, man, Sarong's on one here. So really, really impressed by the way Sarong went about it. Our man, the guy that we absolutely love here on the pod, and we really want him to stay, but we don't know if he will. That's Neil Erasmus. Best game of the career so far, Ross. Let me give you some things that he was best at. Ranking points, 16. That's champion data. Disposals, equal best disposal, 26.
Yeah.
Meters gained, best with 395. Ground ball gets, his best easily with 11 ground ball gets. 6 intercept possessions, his best. and 6 marks, his equal best. Geez, he had a great game, Neil Erasmus. He just went about it the way he should be. Defensive winger. Obviously, John went into the guts a bit more, Jago Mira. He was able to play that role really effectively. He was able to get back and help, and he was also able to really win some crucial balls.
Big
Raz.
bodied mid.
Big bodied winger. Offensive winger.
Yeah.
Bit of like a Blake Acres style.
Yeah, true. But how long have we been
skills.
saying, Duck, this is what I hoped he would have been turned into? I mean, it's never too late.
Yeah.
You know?
I think they spoke about him being sub as well on the I think it was on the telecast. Like how, or it might have even been the maybe it was I can't even remember what it was. But they were talking about how often he's either been subbed on or off the field. And it's just, it's unbelievable in terms of like how much I feel like that has had an impact. And I have no doubt, I have no doubt in my mind the plan was to sub Raz and bring Fyfe in.
100%.
I have no doubt that was the plan.
Yes.
And Raz was like, well, I'm going to go, you know what? You cannot sub me out of this game. You know, that's what I'm aiming for, is to not be subbed out of this game. And I think fair dukes to the bloke. Played really well, played some great footy, probably played the best game of his career. Next guy I want to talk about, and then we'll get into your macho man, but our man Murphy Reid, Big Murph. 2 great goals, Oz. The goal from 50, I was like, well, he's not getting this. And then every time people open up the angle and try and kick it longer, they always miss it. It's always a shank or a spray.
Pull it.
And then the dribble kick. Oh my days. Also, and for a guy who I think is probably the worst special comments in the world, Rashudo.
Yep.
Rashudo at the time, if you go back and listen to it, goes, because they go to kick it in, he goes, Reid, and the ball falls to Murphy Reid and he just dribbles it. And like both such crucial goals. And then the hand pass over the head. So at the moment, Murphy Reid, 22 goals, 14 this year. He's had 19 goal assists as well, which is unbelievable. But Oz, shall we get into your Macho Man of the Week? This week's Macho Man is brought to you by Bloom Real Estate. Buying or selling? Why not give Fraser a call? His number is 0439 092248. Or flick him an email, fraser@bloomwa.com.au. Oz, your Macho Man.
Look, we started off on fire. Absolutely on fire. You're probably going to talk about this in the Bad Duck in terms of how many we missed. We should have been 69 goals up. But when you are up against it, against a rabid fan base in Port Adelaide, and I don't know if people are aware of how rabid this fan base is, you need someone to have the agates to stand up and just give it back. And the pantomime villain on the day, no doubt, was one Patrick Voss. And Patrick Voss was doing everything that got me up and about at a time where I was thinking, what the hell are we doing when we need to win this game to help ensure finals placement, success, whatever? Patrick Voss took it upon himself to take on the entire Port Adelaide defence. I love the fact that he took the mark, he gave it to the defender, and then he looked at, I think it was Rosie, and then he just gave it to him as well. He was like, yeah, like he hadn't even kicked it. This is how much confidence the prancing pony has right now, Duck. And there is an absolute banger. Shout out to Tony Martin, who sent out hey, mate, play this, because it's an absolute banger. But the prancing pony was on fire, marking everything in his way. So much so that the umpires, because of the complete bias, we will talk about that later on, didn't award the crucial mark. But as fate would have it, he had his opportunity 2 seconds later with a handball over the top. Outrageous handball, by the way, by Murphy Reid, as you pointed out. And he slotted it, even though there was a guy on his date, and he still managed to slot it through the big sticks. Duck, I am fast becoming a huge fan of Patrick Voss, just because he's everything we need a key position forward to be in terms of persona. And we need that balls out type player. And look, probably needs to rate it in from time to time.
Plums out.
But
Purple hue.
He is by far the El Macho Man of this week, but also in terms of that forward line, when JT is up the ground a little bit more, he has the cojones to face the crowd, to face the opposition. You know, I loved what he did. So 3 goals, 236 meters gain, 10 disposals, 5 marks. Clearly should have been another goal. It should have been 6 marks.
6 marks, 4 goals.
6 marks, 4 goals, but he was robbed. Highlight that if you don't mind later on, please, Duck. But
are you any danger coming up?
Okay. Are you telling me that if we happened to make the final, I'm not going to jinx anything, but if we happen to make the final, do you not want someone like Patrick Voss just strutting around with a bench press record in that forward line, pushing blokes around and making people think twice?
Yeah, look, mate, 15 goals in the last 4 rounds of footy. Just 6 goals, 3 goals, 3 goals, 3 goals. Who would have thought that this was coming from Patrick Voss? And in particular, he seems to wear his opponent down. He seems to strike late and strike hard.
No mercy, sir.
No mercy. No mercy. And, given that we have the situations where, we've got our old mate, Jai Miss, not playing his best game, and then Voss is able to just lift spirits. If it's just a miss and Tracy down there with Jackson chopping in, I really think there's that little missed opportunity for if one of them's not having the best game, then the big prancing pony's able to step up. Remember as well, guys, if you want to buy a sticker, the stickers, I'll just let you behind the candelabra a little bit here, guys. Every time you buy something from our Redbubble store, I get an email and it says, "You've made a sale." And I'm like, hell yeah. When we sell a sticker, I think we make about anywhere between 13 cents and like 67 cents. So it's like, you've made a sale, sticker, 13 cents. Well, 13 cents probably. And it's nothing to shake your head at, but like, we make a little bit of money off the t-shirts and things like that. So Prancing Pony merch, it's on our Redbubble. I know I had someone hit us up saying that they wore it to a gig, got heaps of props. Where do you get it from? I've seen some stuff online. People like, where do you get this shirt from? It's all there, ready to go. Get on our Redbubble. Oz, just finally into the good. Just a couple of questions in regards to Nathaniel Fyfe. Obviously, we talk about him retiring. Is he the best sub in the AFL?
Yes.
Could we have a better sub? Is there anyone who could be better as sub for us?
Well, technically by skill, you'd go young, but you want young playing big game.
Yeah, like we like the best 23rd player.
Oh, yeah.
The last one I've got for you, do you think he can play a full game? Let's say someone goes down first 5 minutes of the game, or is he like the 4th rotation in the mids and just getting...
I just don't... Maybe for one game after about 2 or 3 attempts at being sub, but no. Keep him as the sub because he's just having that much impact.
Does he play a full game before season end?
No.
Before... All right, fantastic. All right, into some bad odds. Geez, quarter 2. That was as bad as it gets. Just a big old bathwater. We thought they'd laid down, and in the first quarter, like you said, we should have been up by about 6-7 goals. Game should have been over. Could have actually cruised, and look, as much as I love Warner and the spoil at the end of the game, which I think is a little bit underrated.
Correct.
Because the siren hadn't gone yet.
Yep.
And no doubt they would have gone back and kicked a goal. But Warner missed 2 absolute sodas. Like that is like bread and butter. Just got to get better at that. The thing that really annoyed me about the last quarter in particular was the basic game situation understanding for a couple of players. I thought both Jai and Noddy had an opportunity to drive the ball in deep and or score when the game was like we were down by a point. Down by a point, Noddy O'Driscoll gets the ball like 60 metres out by himself and just stands there. Like if he runs and just has a shot and misses, scores a level. Shai Bolton, on the other hand, Shai Bolton on the other hand is able to rush the ball through. Obviously, that's not his intention, but he's able to go, all right, we need to score at least a point. A draw is okay here. Let's just try and the thing with Jai, which annoyed me, was so he takes the mark over Zerk Thatcher. He comes in, he drops the elbow on, I think it might have been Vossi's agates. Looked like someone got elbowed in the agates anyway. Zerk Thatcher is dead on the mark. Like, he's got an ankle injury. He's already cooked. He's injured again. The trainer's okay, Jai, let's use our brains there and let's just run around that bloke. If you started running like to the side, he's never going to catch you. He could hardly walk. And even if he does catch you, you should be able to shake him off. Drive it in deep so we at least score. That thing just really annoyed me. I thought Brayshaw was really underwhelming, not only because I had him in my dream team and I was in a preliminary final and he's absolutely done bugger all as my captain, but I actually did think he panicked a lot. He gave away a lot of free kicks. He seemed to just do some real un-Brayshaw-like stuff. He seemed like he was under pressure a lot. And as we know, Oz, it is so important that both Brayshaw and Sarong play good games of footy, especially against good midfields like what Port Adelaide have.
Yep. Can I just, on that, the letting the opposition through the front of the contest, there are certain players, there are certain players that just can't be. You can't put certain players in that position.
Butters. Right. How about this one, Oz? I've got a new thing because I say FMD, which means something we did.
Yeah.
Right, when we do the stupidest stuff. I said FMD and I said front door clearance. Someone was like, FMD, FDC. I was like, yeah, FDCs, mate. It just does my head in. Front door clearances, like, every time we seem to kick a goal and look, to be honest, I actually thought, and I said this to you over text, we dominated, apart from that second quarter, we actually dominated the second half. You look at all the key metrics, inside 50s, contested possessions, and apparently J-Lo did peel the paint off the change rooms.
Needed to.
Got up and about for the boys, but let's put the camera on because it's time for any danger. All right.
Oh, here we go. Cameras on.
Have you got a drop for any danger? No? No. Okay. Well, maybe we should work on that for next year, mate. Yeah. Any danger that those 4 green maggots out there could get something right. You got 4 blokes, actually not 4 blokes, 4 people.
4 people.
4 people. Don't care about their gender. They're maggots. Doesn't matter what gender they are, mate. I'm sure larvae don't have gender, so don't matter. There's 4 of you. 8 sets of eyes, all painted on. Now, as my great coach Shiny used to say, he would say, go back to clown school, you clowns. Not even good enough to graduate clown school, that lot. Not even good enough to graduate clown school. 29-12 free kicks against. Some of the free kicks they missed were just absolute. Like Voss's mark in particular.
Yeah, come on.
Unbelievable. There's an umpire from me to you away.
Yes, looked at it.
Yeah, look, absolute bed shit.
Yeah.
The umpiring was abysmal. 4 umpires, doesn't make it better. You know what? Go back to 1 umpire. Back to the start.
Look, I respect and understand how difficult it is as an umpire. Like I do.
Yeah, it's hard.
I respect the effort and the time that they put in. I do. But the discrepant, like I have never, ever heard JL when questioned about umpiring even raise the eyebrows like, nah, it's not because of that. He was like, yeah, I have to look at it. It was pretty uneven. And he knew he knew it. He
couple
knew.
Of 50 metres as well. That
would come on.
And like just a couple of free kicks. Just
both sides,
don't
by
know
the way.
what was
Both sides.
How about this one, Oz? The old reverse Dockery KPI.
Oh, yeah.
Poor kicking by the Dockers.
Yeah.
Good kicking by the opposition.
Yeah.
Umpiring, not in our favour. 3 KPIs out the door. What about this for reverse Dockery? Never beaten Port Adelaide at Adelaide Oval.
Oh, yeah.
Hoodoos. Jujus.
Yeah.
Hoodoo Gurus. Bombing it to Aliria.
Oh, God.
Any chance?
Well, here's another any danger.
Chance,
any
mate.
danger in not playing a bad player I shouldn't say bad player. Not playing an out of form player into form.
Mate, I got another
into
danger.
form.
Sorry. Any danger, the media can shut the hell up about Brisbane. Like, just say and Jeremy, not Jeremy Cameron, Charlie Cameron. Oh my days! Oh, Charlie Cameron's had a down year. Shut up! Don't you guys never talk about Brisbane?
No.
And now they're all bagging Brisbane. Oh, Brisbane out of form. Brisbane this, Brisbane that. Shut up.
Shut up. Don't want to hear it.
Corn, Kingy, shut up.
You know what they want. They want.
Oh,
and hey,
my
shout out to Kath
Shut up
Lachlan.
about bloody thing.
Shout out to Kath Lachlan. I know she listens to the pod. How you going, Kath? I love your work. And thank you for calling out the lads on the panel who were barracking hard for Port Adelaide. And she called it out.
Yep.
Good on you.
Last Dockery, I was Raz and Banners. They look too similar. The amount of times I was like, oh my God. Like from behind, they look similar. And I'm like, oh my days, what are you doing? Also banners. Oof,
Oh,
jeez.
that was an average game from Banners, which actually made it look even. We've said this before, for Banners to be in the team,
Got to be playing his best.
he's got to be playing his
We got
best.
some good questions in regards to banners.
Okay.
All right, let's go to a quick break. When we come back, real quick peel talk and then straight into our Sonam Capital listeners' questions.
Quick one, Duck. This is called God Save the Pony, and shout out to Tony Martin. This is from a band called Big Special. Tony Martin's daughter actually plays in a punk rock band who toured with Big Special and said, you got to play this because of Big Vossi. So I've just got to play the chorus because there are some choice words in here, but
it's not a radio edit.
Enjoy.
Welcome back. Season 10, episode 26, Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
All right, I was quickly into some peel talk. We got about 30 seconds of peel talk. Yep. All right, so Peel Thunder 10-9-69 defeated by your Redlegs. The mighty Perth Demons 15-8-98. Just 5 guys I want to talk about. Obviously, Liam Reedy. I don't think he'll play for us, but just shout out to him. 2 goals won, 22 disposals, 6 tackles, and 49 hit-outs.
Oh, my God.
James Ace, don't think he'll be back in anytime soon, but 36 disposals across the halfback flank. 3 guys that I reckon are knocking out that CIR door. Shout out to Joe. Simpson, 28 disposals, 3 inside 50s, and 8 rebound 50s. Walker, 23 disposals, 3 inside 50s, and 4 rebound 50s. And Wags coming back from his heel, 20 disposals in 3 quarters of footy.
I'd like to see Wags come back.
Love to see him as well. All right, Oz, let's get into some Sonam Capital listeners' questions. This week's listeners' question is brought to you by Sonam Capital. Dockers fans ready to score big with your finances? Then look no further than Sonam Capital. As your trusted financial brokers, they specialise in home loans, business loans, construction property loans, equipment loans, and even foreign exchange. They'll help you tackle your financial goals and set you up for victory on and off the field. So don't miss out. Make sure you visit sonamcapital.com today or call Nick on 0409 62 65 61. And let's build your financial future together. I will say, mate, I've been working very closely with Nick over the last couple of weeks, and he is delivering the goods in spades. He might even help out our man, shout out Juddy as well.
Oh, Juddy.
So we love that. All right, Oz, you start us off, mate.
All right, this is from Sean Jasper. Gents, was starting the Purple Rain a part of a long-term plan where you watch games unimpeded and also attend all home games with children at home? Oh, whilst excusing it as work. If so, bravo.
Oh, no, mate. What a long game to play. I think when we started in 2016, I don't even know if I had a girlfriend at the time. I know I definitely wasn't with my current partner.
No, you would
have. With Kel, my current wife. My wife. No, look, to me, Oz, I obviously love going and watching the game with you, and I love doing this on a Monday afternoon, but I think it was more just a fact that we really bonded well when we worked.
Yep.
And we were able to, like, I went on your podcast, the Murph and Oz show back in the day.
Oh,
Love to know if that's still out there on the internet.
Oh.
But I went on that and I thought we had a really good connection because Murph was he in Adelaide at the time?
Yeah, he was in Adelaide.
Yeah, and I thought we really had this bond, and I think we've 10 years now, mate. It's up there.
Mate.
It's
epic.
It is.
It goes so quick. Good things move quickly. I've really enjoyed it. I had 2 kids at the time. I got 3 now.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that if it wasn't for the lovely missile, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So shout out to her.
We love our wives, mate, as well. I love my wife.
I love my
Guys,
wife.
I gotta go. I love my wife. No, but we're so lucky and grateful, Oz, that we've got 2 partners that really appreciate what we do and respect that we really love this, I think, more than anything, and that, give us the time. And look, you know what, to be honest, guys, I'd love to go to the footy with my wife and kid. Like, I actually really want to do that. sooner rather than later, and maybe it might be like an away game. And I don't know about you. I love sitting in the media box and rubbing shoulders with the big wigs, but I also miss being out there sometimes and being able to let loose and not just grab your shoulder and F and Jeff and every now and then get out there. Oz, this one for you from James Marshall, and this you got to answer this one, Oz. None of this faffing about.
Okay.
Erasmus or Johnson? Keep one, cut one.
Right now, I love Ras playing, but Jono's more advanced.
All right, so you cutting Raz, keeping Jono?
Well, I'd rather keep both, but you said I had to do one or the other, so probably Jono's more advanced.
All right.
But I'd love to keep Raz. Raz, I love you, Raz. I do. Please stay. Okay, Tristan Shepherd. Love what Banfield has been doing, but I would rather see Wagner Simpson in that position off halfback. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Oh, look, I think Banner's what you gain with Simpson offensively, you lose from Banner's defensively. There's a few little things Banners did, but yeah, he still has those melts. Our man Banners
Holding the poor melts.
Yeah, he just got to cut down on the melts. But he's in the gun.
Can I ask you this question without notice? Because Jono's out at the moment, do you think Banners has taken the mantle of holding the ball?
Oh, geez. I feel like he tries to take on the tackle in the back line. And you're just like, oh, man. Oh, sorry, didn't mention this, Dockery. How about Sean Darcy's just whole brain reset when he got the ball?
You could see the cogs ticking. You could see the cogs.
Yeah, and he was like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Oh, very funny.
Classic.
This one from Scott William Wagtail.
Yeah.
Is the current Freo forward line the best Freo forward line we've ever had?
Holistically, yes. Yes, it is. Because I'm going to throw Murphy Reed in there as being in that forward line. And the last time we had someone of that ilk in there was a young man by the name of Lockie Neil.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So having said that, yes, with Pav was elite. Banners was elite. Walters was elite. And Neil in there too.
Ballas.
Ballas. I was like,
Banners.
Sorry, Ballas. I think people knew what I was going to there.
I know what you're saying.
But yeah, I like the big tall lineup that we have. I think it's great. I think the way in which we talk about it now, people are banging on about Hawthorn because they're trialing this tall forward line and how it's a line like
been there, done
hello,
that.
we've been doing it. Oh, okay, you just talk about it. So they're really to froth over the Hawks.
Yeah. Oh,
cockball.
The frothing over the Hawks is just
Yep.
Sycophantic is what it is.
Oh, sycophants. I love it. Okay, this is one from you from Tristan Shepherd, Duck, and it's from Daniel Snook too. Was watching the Eagles game yesterday, Arvo, and was thinking which players we could fit into our current 22. In the years past, it was so easy to fit some of the West Coast Eagles players into our teams, but now generally can't think of any players, so I'd swap out. The only players that could make a genuine argument to be in the team would be Liam Ryan or Liam Baker. That's it. What are your thoughts? And that's from... Oh, no, go. Yep. And also from Leanne Kansan, adopted Sandgrober. Shout out, Leanne. Here you go. Other than when the Dockers were first created, tell me about a time you witnessed someone convert from being a fan of the Eagles or any other AFL team to a Freo supporter, Duck. Now, you've highlighted those. You put them together.
I think there's a real opportunity if you want to jump on board. I will say this. I remember watching the footy with he was probably a borderline Dockers / Eagles guy, my real good mate, Jez Groves, and shout out to him. He sent me some birthday wishes. Hope he's going well down in Kenda with his lovely family. But I remember sitting at the hostel and we were watching the footy, and the Eagles fans were going mental, like classic Eagles fans, just yelling and screaming. And I looked at him and I said, mate, you want to be a part of this? These are the guys you want to associate with?
Yeah.
Or do you want to be down with the cool Dockers gang?
Did he have a Letterman jacket?
He had some Chardonnay.
Okay.
But Oz, I don't think there's any time better than now. The Eagles are at rock bottom. Obviously, I would put Liam Baker, man. If he was on our team and on a halfback, he would be really. Yes. That's a really big upgrade.
Yes.
I don't know if we could have afforded him, but you never know. Given that we're not, I don't know who we're going to pay. And Liam Ryan in the half-forward flank. I'm still a big fan of trading Raz for Ryan if we can, and maybe giving him a second rounder or something like that, just to top us up and give us like that as an upgrade on Dudley is like out of this world good. You telling me Liam Ryan wouldn't fit right into our forward line? The other thing I will say, Oz, which I think and look, hear me out on this one, and I don't know, this might be a good one to put on the social media because it will cause a lot of uproar. But how bad are the Eagles at the moment that a WA player has given up $1 million to not play for him? So Darcy Cameron has essentially foregone $1 million worth of salary to play at Collingwood where he's won a flag. Like, are you for real, bro? Like, I love footy, but I love money more than footy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, for me, that just shows how desperate and how, not decrepit, but like how bad it is at the moment because players, $1 million, $1 million, Oz.
Yeah.
Extra year, $1 million, unbelievable.
Yeah, not ideal.
Not ideal. What about this one for you, Oz, from Luke Smith? Who would win between 22 Ballas and his reincarnate 22 Vossies?
Oh, Ballas would get the niggle. I would pay to see the niggle. There would
win the fight?
There would be 22 fights running simultaneous.
How many Ballas and Vossies would you need to make it even? Like for a fight, would it need to be like 22 Ballas and maybe 17
Well,
Vossies?
the problem is you could probably see Ballas swinging for the fences and Vossi's got the fend off and he's just like, you can't hit me. I do think that Ballas was bloody strong.
Did Ballas punch much or did he just get punched a lot?
Well, he was on the end of it. No, he would throw his weight around.
Niggle merchant?
Yeah, it was a niggle merchant, throw his weight around. But he would throw his weight around in like bumps and tackles and stuff like that. Like he wasn't going around hitting blokes. Not that I'm saying Vossi's doing that.
Yeah.
But
well, he did get 3 weeks earlier in the year for literally
hitting a guy in the head.
Like punched a guy trying to tackle him or something. What an idiot. Alrighty.
Okay. This is from Carlos M. What are the best case scenarios and worst case scenarios for the remaining 2 games? Also, we should all go to the game versus Brisbane on Friday and show massive support to these Warriors.
Best case scenario is top 4, top 2. Worst case scenario is we miss the finals. I am very much I don't know if I'm a scorn lover when it comes to the Dockers, Oz, but I have this absolute dread that we're going to lose the next 2 games and not make finals. And like 15 games we've won and like we're going to miss on percentage. And it's just going to be an absolute... And like that's, again, another any danger. Any danger Melbourne could have won.
Oh, yeah.
Or Collingwood could have won. Or like just any of those tight games go our way.
Yeah,
like everyone's like worried about, top 4, this and that. It's like, nah, mate.
My biggest fear...
it's
not fear itself. No, the biggest fear is the fact that we're playing on a Friday night.
Oh,
it's not Sunday, not Saturday. It's a Friday night. And I'm just a bit worried about defecating at Optus Oval, laying a big old Mr. Whippy, like Mr. Whippy vans coming out everywhere, just soft serves all over the ground. But more so to the point, I think I'm feeling a lot better now that I've seen evidence of Freo throughout the weeks to suggest that could be a thing of the past. But until such time that I see Freo perform, there's still going to be question marks. And you can't do anything but perform. So we just ask that, the boys play to their potential. And by God, if they do, we're winning the last 2 games. But on their merits, if they win the last 2, Duck, we should go in firm favourites for a home final.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one for you, Oz.
Oh, yes, go. Yes.
This is from the injury factor.
Yeah.
If Sam Sturt was fit and available, and the news has just come out that he actually has done his ACL when they went in to have a look, are you picking him over Jai?
Jai, okay, I'm going to defend Jai here. I see Jai playing a role that goes beyond just kicking goals. Again, people go, you idiot, he's a forward. But in many ways, he's a bit of a folly in at times when Voss needs to go. And he knows how to hold his defender. And he knows that he will get his time to shine probably later on. But if it's not him early, it's Voss. Or if it's not Voss, it's JT. And I like the fact that they're so selfless. You need a forward line that's selfless. You might say, you need a Chocolado guy but no, you don't. You need players to be selfless and play their role and not be egotistic because the stats suggest you're not playing a good game of football when the coach's KPIs are being met. Now, would they like to see him score a bit more? Absolutely. Absolutely. But he's still taking marks when he needs to. He's still bringing the ball to ground that he needs to. He does rarely get beaten in the one-on-one contest. He constantly brings it down. So I'm sure it turns around. And look, if they decide to put their best player on Voss instead of Jai, mate, he's going to have a field day. I think anyway.
It's interesting just looking at Sam Sturt's stats. Say that quickly. He kicked 17 goals, 9 in 2023 in 14 games, and kicked 21 goals, 7 in 13 games last year. So it was a little bit of a forgotten, and finished the season really strong. 3-1-2-1-2-1. Finished the season strong there and played essentially from from the bye onwards. He pretty much played. So look, the Desert P, he is a definite fan favourite of the Purple Rain.
100%.
We just hope he gets to play for the Purple one more time, but not sure if that's going to be the case. What do you got for us, Oz?
Jackson Love asks, what did you think of Vossi's shush and wave? I loved it, but thought maybe went a bit too early there.
Nah, I love it. It's like Wolfie time, better earlier.
Yeah, play it at like 30 seconds into the game. Just Wolfie time.
Just Wolfie time.
Bang, Wolfie time.
Boom.
Hey,
Hey, someone trying to slag off Wolfie time. It might have been Xavier Ellison. I'm a big fan of Xavier Ellison.
Dave, settle down, mate.
But Wolfie time's like literally the greatest thing ever, mate. So just shut it. All right. Sam Tomlin, another 22 versus 22. Who wins this most spectacular game of footy? 22 Murphy Reeds versus 22 Shea Boltons. What a game. How much would you pay to go watch that, Oz?
Okay, I would pay a lot of money. Both equally as creative. I just reckon Murphy Reed is a better kick at this point. That's people go egregious. His short kicking is elite. His creativity, I mean, Bolton's creativity is next level. But I also would trust Murphy Reed at a set shot over Shaw. Yeah, no, I would. I would.
Depends. I would. If the angle's like 45 degrees.
Yeah.
Like
that's the only thing that worries me about Shea Bolton is kicking for goal. Not around the corner. Around the corner, he's kicking them.
Yeah.
But the set shot. But hopefully he'll fix that. Oh, that would be such an entertaining game. Both are just elite players.
It would. Yeah. All right, what do you got for us?
This is from Mickey91. Duck, surely we need to find a Noddy replacement in the upcoming draft trade period. Bang on average player who, at best, is slightly above sharp.
I reckon he had a couple of melts in that last quarter that weren't great. Didn't like. Was it a deliberate out of bounds?
It was deliberate.
Yeah. Or was it?
No, he got holding the ball.
He got holding the ball when he should have. Let it run out. Yeah, look, I'll take my time with Noddy. I think Noddy's a good player. I think he's injured. You forget his injury. He was injured like for the last 2 years. Give him a little bit of time and space. I think wingmen you can always draft another one, trade one in. Like, I don't think we really care for wingmen too much, but we just seem to find replacements all the time.
Just kicking for me. Just tidy up the kicking.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, like hitting your targets.
Last one for you, Oz, from Chili Willy. Freo paying $4.50 as sports bet to miss the top 8. Gamble responsibly. Should we as fans be considering making the bet to hedge our emotions? Put a gorilla on that and just like...
Put a gorilla on it.
Yeah. He's a gorilla on the
gorilla.
table.
Shut up, Anzi. Look, it's not a bad idea. I am in the back of my mind, Duck. There is that voice that's saying, "It's the 8." But there's the other part, like, dude, what does the evidence tell us? The evidence tells us we've evolved, we've played. We can't. You can't go backwards now. You've set it up. You can't go backwards. And I honestly think it depending on these 2 games, if we decide to lay absolute eggs in the last 2 games, the questions that are going to be asked. And that naturally they'll be coming for JL. And I think that's because he's turned this group around from that one really bad performance. We've gone on a great run. He's done so much. But I'm not saying I will, but I'm saying naturally what will happen is if they falter again at this point, then the media will turn to JL. And you know who's going to lead the charge because there's some animosity there for whatever reason. I don't know why. But I don't think that happens. I think our players have that grit, steel, determination to perform to their best, and I think we play final stuck. I don't know where we finish. Something tells me it ain't going to be in the top 4. I'd love it to be, but making the 8, that's all I care about.
Yeah,
making the 8.
It seems like such a I'm not saying it's a loser mindset or a defeatist mindset, but like it is very much like I just want to make the 8. I just want to get back into finals footy. I think this team, if we can keep Dogger Jackson in this team, and that is the key, and like hopefully there's no like everything's settled, we're all good there. This team over the next couple of years should be playing in at least 2 or 3 grand finals.
Yeah,
it is just that we've got the makings. Get Youngie. Play a full season. You know, we've got the depth as well in a lot of our spots. Probably the thing we're missing is another key defender, but we've got Hugh Davis, Draper, and
Davies,
Ollie Murphy. Davies.
Goal kicking mid would be nice.
Yeah, goal kicking mid would be nice, but you know, like
Chad,
it's just.
I know you're coming out of
All
contract.
right, Oz, what's your last one for us?
This one, and shout out to Cozzy. I didn't get to read your question out, Cozzy, but shout out. We had a good conversation today about how things were tracking. You got him. But anyway, Reese Hammond, Duck, what is the origin of Cat 10?
Okay, so Cat 10, guys, comes from our I would call it our brother pod in Dork Talk.
Yes.
So Monkey from Dork Talk, I'm pretty sure it was him that came up with it. Out of Monkey and Juddy, I'm pretty sure it was Monkey, who he just essentially like a Category 5 Cyclone's a massive like shit show, things are going everywhere. A Category 10 is just like things are going mental, and essentially it is a direct goal resulting from a turnover. And, you know, for the Dockers, we were really great at that for a long period of time.
Georgiades' first goal.
Yeah, like just literally like just give it to them and they kick a goal.
Yeah.
You know, and there's the probably the most famous Cat 10 was Ethan Hughes, who got spun around holding the ball, like was free, got caught holding the ball, and then just threw the ball out to someone and they just picked it up and ran into a goal. And like even if he just held onto the ball, it would have been like a set shot rather than that. So, you know, like there's plenty of Cat 10s. Probably the most famous is the Shane Parker one, going back in time, where he kicked the ball out from a kick in against Richmond and kicked it directly to a bloke by the name of Ben Hollands, not Ben Holland, and he went back and kicked the goal. And that, I'm pretty sure that happened. I'd have to double check.
So the Prince of Pockets would probably be in there as well.
Yeah. Prince of Pockets definitely would have been doing some Cat 10s, but it's just it's a part of the Dockers history.
Yeah.
Anyway, Oz, on that note, make sure you get around us, guys. We are at Purple Rain, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're at The Purple Rain on TikTok, Gmail, and YouTube. Our merch store is on Redbubble. Just look up Purple Rain Pod. We're up there. The link is in the description of this podcast. It's in there. It's ready to go. We got the Prancing Pony, the Docker Time, the Wharfie Time, I'm just trying to think what else.
It's time.
It's time. I'm just trying to think what else our shirts. Oh, the banners, the Whipping Boy.
JL's
We've got
shirt.
the JL sheet. Just do it.
Get after it. Whatever.
Just get after it. And we've also got the AC/DC style Wharfie man. But I think probably I'd love to see a lot more Wharfie hats sell.
Yes.
Wharfie time hats.
Yes.
They're elite. They're a great hat. I usually wear it. Don't have it on me today, but I usually wear the green one. It is an elite hat. And if you've got your merch, guys, take a photo of it at the game, send it to us, and we'll post it. We love to see that stuff. All right, on that note, Oz, thank you very much for getting through this pod. I will see you guys on Friday night with the purple patch. Know what's called? Final Siren.
Final Siren.
Jeez.
See you guys.
Okay.